the Oculus Quest 2. I love this VR headset. It is brilliant. It has some amazing features, but it also has some interesting cons. We'll get into both in this video. This is going to be a fair review of my Oculus Quest 2. Simply because I'm not paid enough to brainwash you all into thinking this is the pinnacle of perfection of a VR headset. It's not. I will split this video up in the description with timestamps. If I don't, get at me for it. Anyways, enough of me blabbering on, let's get into this review. First of all, I'd like to let you know this is my opinion. This is not facts at all, these are my opinions. You might have different opinions on the subject. Now that's done out of the way, we can get into the first subject of the video, which is the specifications of the Oculus Quest 2. Now the Quest 2 has some pretty beefy specs for only being £300, and also packed into this tiny little headset. It's obviously standalone, which means it's all in the VR headset. You don't need any external tracking cameras, you don't need a PC, it's all in itself. I'll start listing the specs now and just talking about each one individually. So first of all, we have the CPU and GPU, better known as the chipset, for the Quest 2, and that is a Snapdragon XR2, specifically made for VR. It's said to have 8 cores, 8 threads, clocked, well, can boost up to turbo frequency 2.5 GHz. Now on paper, that put my computer to absolute shame, but cooling is a problem, and I have to undervolt and underclock the CPU and GPU to keep the temperatures low. Next item on the list, and that is RAM. No, not that type of RAM. This kind of RAM. Yeah, the gamer RAM. But anyways, back on subject, I'm getting sidetracked again. The Oculus Quest 2 has 6 gigs of RAM. It's a major improvement from the 4 gigs that the Oculus Quest 1 had. The RAM type is LDDR5, and it's clocked at 2750 MHz, which is lightning fast. Basically, RAM stores short-term things like high-resolution images. This will help. The extra 2 gigs will help with the higher resolution displays and the images, and for a smoother gameplay experience. Which leads me on to the next item, which is displays. Now the Oculus Quest 2's displays are literally the perfect VR display. They are so clear. And the reason behind that is because it's a LCD panel clocked at 90Hz. It's probably going to push to 120Hz hopefully soon. And the resolution of it is 1832 by 1920 per eye. It's just amazing. It's almost 4K. The screen door effect is almost unnoticeable. You have to look very closely to see it, and it's barely even there. For those wondering what screen door effect is, it's called screen door effect because it looks like you're looking at the screen through a screen door. So you can see the little gaps between pixels. I'll put a picture up to show, to just demonstrate what it is. This leads me on to the final spec, which is tracking. Now Oculus Quest uses this nifty little device technique or whatever called inside-out tracking. This is where it uses the 4 cameras on the front of the headset to track the room, the controllers, everything. You can choose between 50Hz tracking, 60Hz tracking, or just auto. I see no difference between any of the 3. Oculus also have this little feature called the Guardian, which basically you set it up, and if you get too close to the boundary edge, it will notify you, hey, look, take a step back, you know. At the minute it's quite buggy due to the V27 update, but in the next V28 update they're meant to fix all the issues and it should be ready working. I recommend using it because it allows you to be safe when you're playing these games. I haven't noticed any issues with tracking. The only thing that I have noticed is controller tracking in Beat Saber, but that's because I was using 1.2V batteries and not the recommended 1.5V batteries, so don't get them. That's it for specs, there's nothing more to say. The next thing I'd like to talk about is gaming experience. Now I've played a lot of games before, mostly on flat screens. I did own the DK1 for the Rift back in 2014. It was terrible. But what do I use Quest for, you ask? I use Quest for Beat Saber the most. It's such a fun game, I recommend you buy it. Buy it now. I'd say I've gotten relatively good at the game. I'm okay, I'm not too bad, not too great. But talking about gameplay experience, I've never experienced any lag, frame drops or anything. No tracking issues that aren't my fault. Nothing. It's been perfect. Which leads me on to the next subject. and that is build quality and comfort. Now what I'm going to talk about here is the comfort, and basically the Oculus Quest 2 ships with a strap, which the best way to describe it is like the top of men's boxers sort of thing. That's how comfortable it is. It gets the job done, but after a while it does start to hurt on your face. Personally, I bought a strap from AliExpress, a Halo strap I believe, from GoMVR, and it is very comfortable indeed. I'll leave a link in the description to the page. You should go buy one. It came within a week, and I live in Britain. It's shipped from the US, so definitely a good choice. The Quest 2 also came with a facial interface that was made out of foam, and it lasted for a good couple of weeks, but as it absorbs more sweat and attracts more hair, it really itches your face and it caused me to get some spots. So what I've done, I've gone and bought a VR cover, a leather replacement, and it works perfectly. It is so comfortable. It also stops fogging because it's got vents in it. So if you're considering buying it, go buy one. It obviously improves hygiene as well because you clean it, you wipe it off so easily. That moves me on to the next subject, which is using it with PCs. Now I've finally built my gaming PC, finally, after all these years of saving. It was very hard to get GPU because obviously the market is insane right now. I also used a Kiwi cable from Amazon for £20. It was 5 meters, USB 3. It works perfectly, no problems at all. So do not buy the £80 Oculus Link cable, official one. Do not buy it, it's not worth it at all. This leads me on to the last subject, which are my final thoughts of this headset. Me being honest, this headset is the best £300 I've spent. It's absolutely amazing. I would never trade it for any other VR headset. I know there's the Facebook login thing. I don't get into Facebook stuff. Don't come to me for that sort of stuff. But how would I rate this headset out of 10? 10 being the best headset ever, 0 being literal nothing. I'd say a solid 8 out of 10. Ways for it to improve, if they buffed up the cooling a bit so it can actually run at its supposed speeds. Other than that, it's absolutely perfect. If you're debating on whether to get one, get one. You will love it. It's amazing. So that's it. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe or leave a like or whatnot. If you want to, that is. I'm open to any suggestions for Beat Saber songs and stuff in the comments. You know I am. I'm sort of stuck on what to play, and yeah. I'm aware that the editing and the mic quality hasn't been the best. I'm recording the mic on one of my webcams, and I'm in Sony Vegas Pro, but I'm still a noob to it, so don't bully me too hard. I shall see you in the next one. Peace.